houses here are selling for like 270
300 for a nice 3 family.
for a nice 3, and they're trying to sell this that needs a lot of work for 260. So that doesn't make sense.
Yep.
But you know, we could always put a lower offer and see what happens. Let's go take a look at it. Come right into the property, and something really good about this property: hardwood floor. We just got to resand and repaint. This they use as a bedroom, really a 2-bedroom, but they use it as a 3-bedroom.
Exactly. And just so they know, half of the windows are newer, the other half are older. So there's something that you gotta know, because those windows are gonna need to be replaced at some point. This is one of the bedrooms over here.
What I would do here, I would block this off.
Why would you block it off?
So there's not two, because there's right now there's 2 entrances to this room. There's a door here and there's a door here. I would block this off, and the only way you can come in is through the kitchen.
So the entire bathroom needs to be redone. It has this ugly color. Maybe we can save it just by reglazing. Everything's gonna need work. So the best thing is gonna be to gut this bathroom and redo it, which is gonna run us about 8,000 to 9,000. And depending on the materials, maybe even 10,000 for a bathroom. We got mold. So you wanna come inside. So we have a lot of mold. This causes cancer. So you have to be very careful with this stuff. A lot of mold. If we have mold here, there's probably mold all around the property.
Yeah.
So this property might need to be gutted. And if you look at the sheetrock, it's definitely older sheetrock. It's already cracking. This house is gonna need a lot of work.
There is no lights up there. The only light for this whole room is right here.
Yep.
Which means that people gotta break this and put electrical work up there.
They gotta open up the walls so they
Exactly.
can put electrical work. And that's gonna cost, more money.
The only thing that might be able to stay here is the tile.
And a lot of them are broken on that side.
This whole unit has to be gutted.
Yep.
Let's go into the second unit. So there's the second unit. Let's go take a look.
No, this one is in better condition.
But the same thing. This, they made a bedroom, so it's actually a 3. But legally, it's most likely gonna be a 2.
It is a 2. As you can see, a lot of the windows here are older. So that's gonna be around $350 to $400 per window. If you're gonna invest in a property and you wanna know how much windows are gonna be, count the windows and multiply that by $350 to $400.
Yeah.
So let's say you got to replace 10 windows, that's probably gonna cost you $3,500 to $4,000 to replace the windows.
Yeah.
So you always gotta make sure of that. So you see the sheetrock there? All the sheetrock needs to be replaced because it's old. It's already crackling. It's not even, uneven surfaces. This sheetrock hasn't been replaced since they built the property.
Exactly.
So it all needs to be replaced because it only looks nice here.
Exactly.
But you need to gut this entire thing if you're gonna do it the right way. You're gonna have to add electrical. There's no electrical lights up here. So we're looking at about $100,000 of work.
No, you gotta buy this for around 100K.
But we're not gonna get it that low.
Welcome to the third unit. It's the same story. So, like my brother said, the first unit looks like it's in worse shape, but they all need the same amount of work.
It's gonna cost the same amount of money. Sometimes things can look nicer and it's gonna require even more work than something that looks uglier. So don't go by looks. You gotta get somebody with experience. It's the same layout, 2 bedrooms. The bathroom needs to be redone as well. They were actually doing that, but they stopped.
Yeah.
And then this is how you heat this unit. So this is a gas heater. This is a gas pipe. This comes all the way to the 3rd floor, and this is what gives heat.
So right now we're gonna go to the basement just so we can see how the foundation is and how the systems are. I don't have high hopes, but let's go take a look.
Yeah. So right here you can tell how old the furnace is. You see that it says 1998? That's the age of that one. That one is super old. This one is not that old. This one is, how old is this one? It doesn't say here? No, it doesn't say it.
Some of them don't say.
It seems to only have 1 furnace in a 3-unit property, which means that you would have to divide utilities.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find another furnace, but this is not looking very good.
Foundation is good, but everything else is looking like it's a horrible investment, especially at 260.
Especially in water, man.
So we just took a look at the property at 260.
Doesn't make sense.
A horrible deal. I feel bad for whoever buys this property at 260. This property has to be sold around 100K.
150 is not bad.
Yeah.
150 is like a decent deal, but it's gonna need about $100,000 of work. And the reason it's gonna need about $100,000 of work, each bathroom is gonna be 8 to 10,000. So we're looking at 24 to 30,000 just on the bathrooms. Then we gotta put skin coat, or we're gonna need to replace the sheetrock.
Yeah.
And then paint, which is gonna be like another 4,000 per unit. And then a lot of the windows need to be replaced. So right there we're already looking at 50,000. 50,000, and then all the stuff we saw mold.
The furnace, you need 2 new furnaces,
which is gonna be another 12,000.
12,000, yeah.
So it just needs a lot, way too much, and it has no parking. No parking. So if I'm looking at this deal, I probably wouldn't do it.
How much would it have to be for you to buy it? For you to
I wouldn't buy this deal. I don't like this area. I like Bridgeport. I like New Haven. I wouldn't buy new here if I really needed to. But I don't like Waterbury that much. But if the numbers make sense, I'll do it.
I would buy this deal at around 150. That's when the deal starts to make sense for me.
Yeah.
If I could get it for 100, then that's when I could do a perfect burner strategy.
And the way they're gonna get somebody in this house is it's not gutted. So it looks like it doesn't need to be gutted. So somebody's gonna come, they're gonna say, oh, I need to fix the bathrooms, clean it up a bit. But that's not really the scenario. In this scenario, you're gonna need to gut everything.
Exactly.
So it's actually more work the way it is than if it was gutted. Because right now, if you were to do a renovation, you're gonna need to rip everything apart and throw it out. If it was gutted, then you can start working on it and start putting sheetrock and everything. So this is actually more work than if it was gutted. So
officially, deal or no deal?
This is officially a no deal. You can't go by what you look at the property. You gotta go based on numbers.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to have a good contractor at all times, because a good contractor is gonna come and is gonna give you a quote for everything.
Today we're in Ansonia. We're looking at a 1 family, and this is a potential flip. This house has 3 bedrooms, and I'm guessing 1 bathroom because they don't say. And it's priced at 172.
It could potentially be a flip. We gotta go inside and see how much work it's gonna make. What are your thoughts on the kitchen?
It has to be gutted, the whole thing.
You don't like any part of it?
No. I actually like the stove, but it's dirty.
The stove can be clean. That's not an issue. I mean, so a new kitchen would probably cost us about 3,000 to 4,000.
Yep.
The windows are newer, so we're good on that. And windows are a lot more expensive than the kitchen. So that's a big expense that we're not gonna have. Yeah, this is like a bedroom right next to the kitchen, which is a little bit weird. Usually you don't see that. I have a bathroom over here next to the kitchen. Maybe they might have potentially been renting this out. So you know what usually happens with extensions?
Yeah.
And I've seen this a lot.
Yeah.
Your drunk uncle that has never done any construction in his life, he comes, he tells you, I'm gonna do it for half the price, just pay me materials and give me some beers, and they do a shitty job when it comes down to an extension. This is definitely a shitty job because you can see already the division. And you know what's more insane?
Yeah.
These people keep doing this over and over again.
They do.
I'm gonna give you guys a tip. Hire professionals to do work. If you don't hire a professional, you're not gonna get professional results. There's a reason people are called professionals.
Exactly.
Are you a professional?
Real estate agent, but I'm not gonna be doing any extensions.
So you would hire it out.
Exactly.
Okay, that's my point.
They're having issues with plumbing altogether. So this is what I'm talking about. Once you spot one thing, like you said, once you spot that they probably brought their drunk uncle or uncles that don't know anything about construction, you gotta start paying attention. You start seeing, when you see one red flag, there's a lot more red flags you still haven't uncovered. Exactly.
It's like when you go out and you date and you start seeing one red flag, you know, there's more where that came from.
Now you start making data points. Like, yeah, this red flag.
Exactly.
So I already made 3 data points.
Yep.
The extension, the plumbing on that bathroom,
Yeah.
and this plumbing.
A lot of red flags. Looking at this upstairs, we're gonna need to rip this out. So it's gonna cost about $3,000
Yeah.
to put flooring. Then to paint the entire house, we're looking at like $4,000 to $5,000.
Yeah.
And then we got to put a new kitchen, renovate bathrooms. So this is more like I would say 40 to 50K renovation
Yeah.
right here.
So the
And-
price is 177.
But then we gotta look, because if it's an older house, older houses are usually more difficult to sell.
That's true.
So I don't want to put 50,000, or one of my clients to put 50,000, even, and then they get stuck with this property.
Exactly.
Because rents are not that high here. In my opinion, electric heat is usually a way people cheap out. Yeah, in my opinion, is when people cheap out and they don't want to put central air or gas. And all the work is very bad. The work here, I mean, just look at this. Look at the work is horrible. Like I said, hire a professional. If not, you're gonna lose a house. For example, this is a HUD property, so these people lost this house. When you don't hire professionals and you think you can do it everything yourself, you're gonna get foreclosed and you're gonna lose money. Not just in real estate, in life. You gotta hire professionals. Professionals are there to help you. You gotta find a professional that you trust that's gonna help you. If you don't, then you're gonna lose money or you're gonna stay in the same place. This life is about people. If people don't want to help you, if people don't want to work with you, then you're gonna be broke. Simple as that. When people want to work with you, when you provide a lot of value to people's life, you're gonna start to notice that you have more money, you're happier, and you get everything you want out of life. In order for you to get everything you want out of life, you gotta give life everything you have.
So they put cheap vinyl in a bathroom where it gets wet. So what's gonna happen when this gets wet?
Rotten. Plywood under it, it's gonna get rotten, it's gonna get messed up. Like I said, hire professionals.
Yeah.
There's professionals for a reason.
Exactly.
You know? Think about this example, a professional versus an amateur. Go and look up on YouTube, professional boxer versus amateur boxer, and see what happens.
Any sport.
Any sport, professional versus amateur. What happens? The professional destroys.
Absolutely.
If you want the best results in life, you gotta hire professionals, and you gotta pay people.
Yep.
If you're cheap, your bank account is gonna be small because good people are not gonna work for cheap.
And then if you hire someone cheap, then you gotta fix it again in a year or two. So it actually costs you more money. So you gotta look at this long term, not short term.
Everything's about long term.
Especially real estate.
Yeah.
These houses are gonna be here for 100, 200 more years.
Exactly.
You wanna put the upfront investment in them.
If you don't have the upfront investment, don't even do the deal. You don't have to do the deal.
Exactly.
If you don't have the money, don't do it. Keep your money in your bank. Now, if you're gonna go into this, you better be ready to do things the right way. I'm buying a 3-family. I'm gonna go under contract within the next few days. The house is not cheap. It's $400,000. I'm gonna have to finish some work, which is gonna be another $30,000.
Yeah.
But I'm not chipping out on anything. Everything's gotta be done the right way.
Exactly. Also, especially if you're buying an investment property, you buy a 3-family, and 2 of the units are already rented, but the 3rd unit is vacant.
Yeah.
And it needs a paint job.
Yep.
It needs you probably a new stove or a new kitchen. If you decide not to fix those things, when you try to rent it out, you're not gonna get the tenant that you want.
Exactly.
Cheap houses bring in cheap people. When you put the work into the properties, you attract high quality tenants.
Yep.
And what's the success in being a landlord? Having people with good credit that don't want to ruin that. And when they don't want to ruin that, they're gonna make their monthly payments.
You went into the biggest point.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing about real estate?
The tenants.
No, a lot of people think the hardest thing in real estate is buying a house. Forrest Gump can buy a house. Buying a house is not difficult. Buying a house is the easy thing. The hard thing is managing it and dealing with the tenants and fixing everything on time and making sure everybody's happy. That's the difficult thing. Buying it is easy. The money is out there. Managing it, now that's a different story. That's not too easy.
And it's a lot easier to manage good people than it is to manage someone that doesn't want to work with you or someone that's used to conflict.
Let's say you have a shitty house,
Yeah.
then you're gonna get a shitty tenant, and then you're gonna have shitty time dealing with that shitty tenant. You see how everything goes around? This is a circle of life.
And it all starts with cheaping out on the properties.
It all starts with you.
Yeah.
If you wanna attract great people, in every aspect of their life, you gotta be great. A lot of people wanna attract great people in their life, but they're lazy. They don't wanna do anything. How you gonna attract great people like that?
You're not?
I don't want to be around you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Do you want to be around people like that?
I don't want to be around anybody, but especially lazy people.
So me and my brother, we have officially decided that this is potentially a deal.
Yeah.
Because if we put $40,000 or $50,000 in, we might be able to sell this property for $280,000 to $300,000. At that point, it's a deal. So we're gonna go back to the office. We're gonna do numbers, and we might send this deal to one of my clients that does flips all the time. So we're here at a property in Ansonia, and this property is for $220,000. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and this is potentially, maybe it's gonna work as a rental. So we walk into the living room and the kitchen, and it feels very spacious inside.
It does.
Very spacious. You have your dining, and then you have a bathroom over here, which is in pretty good condition.
Good floor. It has some decent size too.
This came up.
Yeah.
They did another extension. You come back to the same thing. If you don't hire professionals, people are gonna do extensions, and then it's gonna start to move, and then it's not gonna be leveled. If it's not leveled, then that's an issue.
This is a decent sized bedroom, and it has a good size closet. With the current interest rates of around 5.2, 5.5, depending on your credit score, we knew that the payment was going to be around $1,700 to $1,800 for a property at this price, which is $220,000. And the house is a 1-bedroom, and even with the modification for it to be a 3-bedroom, the rents that we could probably charge here are around $2,000. If we get lucky, maybe $2,200. So that leaves us with $400 in cash flow, but then we still got to pay water and sewer, which is around another $100 to $200. So now we only have $200, and here's the maintenance. We always calculated it's around $300, so now we're negative $100. So this property is not a good deal, and that's why we cut it short.
It's an old deal. You can tell when a property is a good deal. When you walk in, you see the numbers, you feel it. And this one, I wasn't feeling. We are at a property in Hampton, Connecticut. It's a single family. It is listed for $145,000. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and this could be potentially a good flip. So let's look at the deal, let's analyze it, and let's just give our thoughts.
How much would this house sell if, let's say, for a flip?
Like 280, 290?
If it's renovated.
Yeah, 280, 290.
Okay.
Let's see how much work it needs.
Yep.
And let's say if it's not going to work for a rental property.
Yeah.
No, it's only going to work for a flip.
So let's take a look at it.
Let's take a look.
So the first thing that I noticed when I came in is the smell. It smells like mold.
There was a water leak here. It most likely expanded. Yeah. And everything came up.
This pipe broke. You can tell up there. It's open.
There seems to be a lot more of this throughout the house.
So yeah, let's take a look.
Oh, remember you said you smell mold? Well, there's a lot of mold. Here it is. The issue with mold is that you have to open everything up. So this is going to be a full gut job if you're going to do it correctly. You would have to open up all this because there's mold.
I'll open up this as much as possible. This makes the kitchen look a lot smaller as well.
From what it looks like, it seems like the house flooded. There's more mold. It's gonna need like 80,000.
Be all in at around 245 then.
At that point, it doesn't make sense to do a flip. But since that market's so hot, somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah, there was definitely a leak here.
Yeah, but you gotta redo every single thing.
So the leak was here in the bathroom,
Probably here,
and because the house was probably vacant, it flooded the whole house. It probably stayed like that for months, and this is the result.
This is the only level that makes that it's not crooked, and that's because the water wasn't able to get all the way up here.
Exactly.
Like you see how everything is straight? That's the way it's supposed to be. You know what you can do over there? You can do a huge closet.
Yeah.
If your wife or your girlfriend has a lot of shoes, a lot of clothes, or let's say even yourself, you have a lot of shoes and clothes. I have a lot of shoes and clothes. You can renovate that and make that into a huge walk-in closet. Potentially, you can finish it as a walk-in closet. This is gonna be a walk-in closet from people's dreams.
Yeah.
You have space for shoes and everything you want. It's not gonna be a flip deal. This is a no deal, and the reason it's a no deal is because the renovation is most likely gonna cost you about $100,000. So you're gonna be all in about 245, 250. If you can sell this for now that I saw it, you can probably sell it for 300.
Yeah.
But after closing costs, agent fees, and everything, you're gonna be netting about 20,000
For a lot of work.
for a lot of work,
A lot of risk
and
as well.
Also, the interest rates are going higher, so stuff is starting to sit a little bit more on the market.
Yeah.
So you're taking a big risk for not much reward. So you have to be very smart when you're buying properties like this. You don't want to get stuck with a property that you're gonna have to rent out when you were expecting to sell it for a profit.
Exactly.
So you might do work for free. You might work your ass off for like 6 months here for nothing,
Or lose money.
or lose money. What's some things that you liked about this property?
I like the space.
The
I
space
think
is
the
good.
layout was good. I think, but the space is a double-edged sword with this, because
Yeah.
I like the space, but more space also means more renovation costs,
Yep.
which is a downside of this property.
Yep.
Because like my brother said, you're gonna need about 100K, and if something goes wrong in the renovation, then that's money that you're losing.
You have to be very careful when you invest in real estate. Everybody thinks that real estate investing is easy because everybody has been making money for the past 4 or 5 years. But we're about to go into a time where real estate investing is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to start losing money in real estate. And that's the way it should be. Not everybody's supposed to make money. But since the market has been going up, and up, everybody has made money.
They got saved by the market.
A lot of people have been saved by the market. A lot of my clients have been saved by the market, but that's not going to exist any longer because prices are still increasing today, but that's coming to a stop soon.
Yeah, I think it came to a stop already. I see houses sit on the market for a lot longer than they used to.
Yeah.
I see multis that 2 months ago would have sold in a week, sit for 2 to 3 weeks. I seen a lot of single families. I see more inventory. The interest rates are definitely having an impact. I was doing numbers for a house I wanted to buy, and I remember that if I would have bought it 2 to 3 months ago, the payment would have been $2,700.
Yeah.
That same house today cost me $3,100. So that's $400. Me, it doesn't affect me because I'm buying a multi-family.
Yeah.
But if those were the same numbers for a single family,
That's a big
$400 more dollars a month is a big difference.
That's $5,000 a year. Another thing is, not everyone is supposed to win in real estate or in anything in life. If everybody's making money, if everyone is winning, then you know there's something wrong.
Exactly. A great example is the house we saw earlier in the video, the 3-family, that they're trying to sell for $260. That house fixed up, it might get appraised for maybe $310, and it needs about $100K of work. If you go in there and you put $100K of work, just because you wanted to do something, you lost $50K. And what if it doesn't?
50,000. So they lost 50. How did they lose 50,000?
Because it's $260.
Okay.
Let's say they put $100K.
Yeah, you will lose 50,000.
Just because you wanted to do something.
And you will lose 50,000 in the hottest market we have seen.
Exactly. So when it goes down, you might be down 100 to 150,000. Because big cities, this is what people don't talk about. Big cities, inner cities is where the prices shoot up and shoot down in a recession. So those are the most volatile markets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in lower income areas, when recessions hit, these are the people that are being affected the most. The reason they're being affected the most is because they don't have any money saved up.
Exactly.
They're living paycheck to paycheck. So any negative change in their
Financial situation.
is going to have a huge effect.
Direct impact.
Direct impact. So they start losing houses, and the prices of the houses start going down in like lower income areas like the inner cities. Be very careful when you invest in real estate. We're going to end the episode on that note. Do your numbers, do your own research, and make your own opinions in life. Don't believe what I tell you. Don't believe what Omar tells you. Go and do your own research. Go and make your own decisions and make smart decisions. That's what life is about.
So that's the video.
That's the video.
And this is no deal.